this episode of Make or Break, we're here at Impulse in Watford. And I can tell you by the end of this video, the van is going to be rocking because the sounds are amazing. Let's do it. Welcome to Hard Up Garage. So guys, welcome back to another episode on Make or Break. We're here at Team Impulse in Watford, and there's not another team in the world I would entrust with the Bososuku van. This thing, as you've seen in previous episodes, has got some pretty amazing kit. Some massive 15-inch subs and an amplifier that it looks like it was disconnected about 20 years ago. As you can see by the state of the van, we got it absolutely beautiful and cleaned up with the guys at Otterbourne Detailing. But I've driven it 2.5 hours for its first outing ever, and it arrived. I didn't break down, I didn't get a puncture, it didn't overheat. The heating was hot, it was absolutely amazing. I think it's amazing, but I think we need to bring the Impulse team in and get their opinion on if it's amazing or if it's a heap of junk. Let's do it. Come on guys, in you come. How's it going guys, you all right?
Oh my God.
Well, this is the grape van. We're just going to call it the grape van and leave it there.
Okay.
Wow.
No, let's see what's going on.
Yeah. Another beautiful one, son.
Another wreck from Hard Up Garage. So overall, this vehicle was built, we believe, in Japan. It features different things like a veil side body kit, and then in the rear is where you guys come in handy. So you can go in there. This does not apply to team members.
Let's see these beauties.
I don't understand what kind of activities you're supposed to do in the back with your 4 male pals, because there doesn't seem to be any seats. Maybe you can't even stand up to have a disco, which is
Just about lie down.
Nice Rockfords. At least
Watch some videos.
Right?
Yeah, VHS.
Wow, CDs as well. Oh,
Look at that.
magazine. Oh, nicely well fitted there.
Look at that.
Nicely well fitted.
Very Bluetooth.
And the amps? Oh wait, this
Let me go around the other side. So if you want to stay there, I will lift up the driver's seat and pull that forward and then reveal to you the amplifier that is hidden behind the seat. I mean, for me, it's a bit odd. Why is it half disconnected? Why has it been played with? Has someone tried stealing it?
Disconnected. It's not even half fitted.
Definitely missing a couple there.
Speaker leads, I'm guessing. Power. Oh, okay.
Not so much.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe not. Maybe that's one of the problems.
Was there any sound?
No sound. The stereo is a Clarion.
Oh, is it that quick release type?
This is the Bluetooth stereo.
Anti-theft, I see.
Below it, we've got the another Alpine CD changer, just in case the people in the back can't like in control of the music and they're not happy. They can change it in the front.
What else is going on here?
Oh wow.
Big holes.
This is definitely something else.
This is different, right?
This is, it's something.
See, I thought that this roof was original, but it's actually a Nissan windscreen that's been put in the roof.
This is cool.
That is
God, there's a nice Nissan logo up there, guys.
I think Autoglass would cry if
Yeah.
you called them up for this.
I have a stone chip in my glass roof of my Bososuku van.
And then you're what?
That's what it's called. So the style in Japan is called Bososuku.
Bososuku. Alright.
And then the rear lights. So in my previous episode, as Richard says, switches get bitches. That does actually light up the roof. Maybe the ignition needs to be on.
Not today.
Not today.
Oh yeah, there it
She
is.
does. There you go. Look at the neon blue.
Oh wow.
That is
like a
actually
two-way
probably
mirror.
neon. That is probably neon.
No LEDs here.
Fair enough, fair enough. And what's going on back here then?
So I'm going to come around again. So in the back, in 2 of those main cupboards, you are missing a couple of your big subwoofers. So you would have had, how do you say that name?
Fosgate.
There we go. So you've got 4 at the back, and then I believe in these cupboards here, just in case you haven't got enough base, there would have been 2 more that seem to be missing. So
Someone thought maybe too much.
Change
yeah,
it
I
to
think
storage.
we're going to see if we can try and match those ones up and see if we can find any.
I do think there are some speakers on the side there. Do you want to just have a little feel? Is there speakers there?
There are actually speakers there, yeah.
And that's
Oh nice, so not all bass. Perfect.
Try and work out what's going on.
You've got a nice VHS player.
You got some VHS tapes, right?
Yeah, I've got Scooby-Doo.
Oh, there's something in there.
Oh.
We'll try and get it out. This is all 110 volt, Sam, so there's nothing.
It's useless, isn't it? Yeah.
What's going on in here then?
Big old drawer. Oh, nice.
Look at that.
So what's that? A power inverter and a lorry battery.
How good's your Japanese?
That says that is a 12 volt, 1100 amp battery. It's made that up. Can you tell?
I'd say it's probably seen better days, but you never know. This is
But-
the old style where you actually film acid up.
It's on title as well. Nice.
Look at that.
Quality.
Pretty. I think, you know, realistically, the van just needs to sound okay for Petrolheadonism Underground. You know, it's going to be there. We can decommission this battery, can't we, for now? Yeah. We can run off probably the mains battery.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward, standard stuff. Maybe a new radio, or do you fancy the Clarion?
But if it works, it works. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, if we need new stereo, we'll put one in, you know. Not afraid of spending a few pennies on it, but on the same hand, it's got to work. What's your initial thoughts?
Yeah, like Paul said, there's a lot of work needs doing to it, but nothing's too big for us. We can definitely make this work.
Yeah.
There we go. You heard it.
If Paul's smiling, it means we've definitely got something.
I know, right? He's smiling more now than he was with the Snoop DeVille. Not a power than Snoop DeVille, this one.
Maybe it's the pink colour. Right?
Yeah, there you go. It's the Club Sphinx writing on the roof there. Look. It is what it does resemble like a Lady of the Night kind of bus, doesn't it? Like 100%. Like a
straight from the red light.
Yeah, red light district. There we go. Safe words. Thank you very much. So first of all, I think the guys, what they're going to be doing is trying to see if that amplifier actually works. First of all, you know, we're not all about replacing stuff here, guys. It's not all about throwing money at stuff. If we can use stuff that is period correct to this vehicle, we will. Those subs, hopefully they work. The speakers, hopefully they work. This van hasn't been subject to water damage like the Snoop DeVille, so it's a matter of getting our hands dirty and getting to it. Let's go. So first of all, the boys are going to see if the amplifier actually works, and that first of all means that it needs to have a good earth and a good live and a good remote wire, but the remote wire, I believe, can be bridged just to see if it works and comes to life, but it is all happening. Making sure that each of those wires is disconnected properly and making sure that it doesn't arc out on any of the earths is imperative. Each and every one of those wires could cause a fire in the back of this van. Okay, so after testing the 12-volt leisure battery, it shows that it's got how many? 1.6 volts, look at that.
Sam, I don't think you need any of this. Do you really want a VHS in
We
there?
don't need a VHS, we don't need a CD change that we don't have the cassette for. We don't need 110 volts either.
Right, so we're just going to chop this all out, yeah?
Yeah, let's kill all that for now.
Cool, let's do it.
So bench testing the amplifier, what does that do for you?
Just check that the power readings are good and that it's giving out sound output for the channels.
Perfect. So basically it's just a way of taking it out of the van, removing the van's electrics from the situation and making sure it works. So from the amplifier to the head unit, I've just removed one screw in here, which has allowed me to get access to this. And look at that wiring. I mean, that is just sexy right there. That is the sort of thing I did when I was about 15 years old, having a play in my dad's Alfa Romeo. He was very, very upset and angry because I couldn't even put it back together. Let's see if we can disconnect some of this. Oh my God. Even the battery's been installed in a professional manner. Look at that. One head unit. Using this loom setup, we can test our amplifier actually works. To see if this bad boy's, oh, it's alive. Look at that. We have a light and everything. And now onto those amazing subs. So first of all, that means removing the screws. He's removed most of them. The last one, didn't want to think you guys at home would want to watch 12 screws be removed, but there you go. And now we can work out what cables we've got. Oh, that's disconnected. That's a good start.
That'll be one problem.
There we go. That's got some household removal blanket in there.
There's a 5-star hotel for a rack.
Look at that. But separate boxes. Oh no, one big box. Okay. At least one access point, we'll be able to see all our different cables, won't we? These harnesses themselves actually supply power to the head unit and supply power to the amplifier. What that does, number one, you can see a lovely little green light there, which shows that is alive. It doesn't show that it's working, but it is alive. And then our stereo is also alive, and it does look very 1992, doesn't it? Look at that for analog. Okay, so how are we going to find out if our speakers work?
So quite simply, we've got the radio turning on there.
Yep.
We've got the RCA output there.
Yep.
We're just going to plug that into the amp there. That's
Okay.
your inputs into the amp. And then the moment of truth.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's turn the volume up a little bit. This is our trustworthy Audison speaker.
Represent. Oh, okay, perfect.
It works. Volume up, volume down.
Yeah.
Static, because obviously that's just the radio.
Yep.
But yeah, it's all working.
Fantastic. So our amplifier works and our head unit works. So this van has been stored in such a way that it has kept the integrity of the electrics complete. It hasn't completely ruined our amplifier or our stereo. Next thing's next, I suppose, trying to make the van actually work with these components and then testing the wiring to the speakers in the back. Okay, so now that the stereo and the amplifier has been bench tested, it's a matter of trying to get it to work inside our party bus. So all the cable in here you can see has been manipulated and changed over the years, from the original Japanese cable to this modified harness to some actual speaker cables. Oh, that one's alive. Hang on. What we got in the back? Okay, they're all working in the back. Oh, CD's going in. Is the CD player gonna work?
Thinking about it.
It's really great. Looks like we need a CD player.
Let's try banging.
It's banging. Come on. Come on, baby. No. So our CD player is absolutely shattered, which means we're going to have to get a new stereo. So we found out that our old Clarion single DIN stereo actually does work. It does power up, the volume does go up and down, but the CD player doesn't work. And as it doesn't have Bluetooth, the CD changer and the CD player is the only part that would allow us to actually enjoy our ride. So looking over here at this selection that Impulse have is quite amazing. And these aren't just the ones they do so many different types. If I was going to be going down the speaker route, obviously I'd be giving the guys at Alderson and Hertz a ring, because they looked after us before, and you look after the people that looked after you. So we've taken that all in mind, that our old stereo is knackered, and obviously looking through their amazing selection here, it's over to the man, the myth, the legend himself to tell me what I actually need, because at Impulse they have everything you actually require, from stereos to subs to dash cams to trackers to ghosts to everything, right?
Yes, we do. So I've spoken to the guys in the back. They've explained the situation about the radio. So we've got power to it, but there's no CD. So what I recommend for yourself this time would be going for one of our Alpine units. This one is ILX W650BT. It will give you all the benefits of the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it also allows the vehicle to be modernised as well.
So a lot of Japanese vehicles, like our Bososuku van, come with something called a double DIN stereo. A double DIN is basically the profile in which the stereo itself slides in the dashboard. Our old stereo, as you can see on the screen now, was a single DIN. A single DIN is generic for most cars, but a lot of Japanese vehicles have this larger box like this. So here, this area here is a double DIN, which actually allows you to have a touchscreen or even two radios. Sometimes back in the day, people used to put two stereos in the car, right?
Well, what you do is have the radio on the top, and then you have like a EQ on the bottom.
Okay.
So, you know the old dial.
Yeah.
Up and down. So that's
like a manual equaliser at the bottom.
Yeah, that's what you'd end up doing. Yeah, so radio on top and then EQ on the bottom.
And I've also seen it where you can put like a CD changer below as well, like an old sort of 5-disc kind
Yeah,
of.
100%. So you'd have the CD changer underneath it or something like that, or you can even have the mini disc player as well. That was. Some stage did that as well.
That is pretty cool. I mean, this van here would have been probably at the forefront of like technology when it was in the early 80s, 90s. This would have been quite a cool thing, wouldn't it?
Times have moved on from there, but yeah, at the time, yeah, it would have been.
So the new stereo seems to be a lot thinner. So you know, it's a lot thinner than the other one, so it doesn't take up as much space in the dashboard.
Because it doesn't do the CDs, they sort of just shorten the chassis down.
Yeah.
Not that you have the problem here because you've got quite a bit of depth, but in some vehicles you haven't got that depth.
Okay.
So it just makes it a lot easier to obviously install.
Wow, and it looks lovely as well, doesn't it? Nice and clean.
Yeah.
And
So you got the buttons along the bottom there, but when it's all off, it all looks pretty smart.
very nice. It all blends in with the black satin dash and the white, so it's very nice.
Yeah.
In relation to making that fit, so obviously on a lot of vehicles you'd have like a cage area around here.
So what we're going to have to do, you've got some screws there.
Yep.
They're the mounting points, which we're going to have to make a couple brackets up just to screw onto that.
Perfect.
But then essentially it's going to look like...
Very nice, look at that.
It's going to look like that.
It's like it was made to fit, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
It's like you know what you're doing.
We'll make it fit if it's not made to
That's
fit.
it, no problems here at Impulse, just solutions, all right? And like I said, no problems, just solutions at Impulse. These guys did not stop. They worked their absolute arses off. Every part of this build was thought about, was put together properly, and every detail was attended to. You can see here that every step of the way, every wire was checked, every voltage was checked, every continuity between each wire was actually thought out and checked. Every sub, every part of this vehicle that could be saved was saved. This was not about ripping out and replacing. It was about making sure that every part that was in this van that could be saved was saved. These guys are absolutely amazing, and I wouldn't trust anyone else. So the guys have been working very hard, and the most important thing here is that it's done right. Speed is not our friend, but I'm telling you, it's better to take your time and do a job right. So how's it going?
We've so you got the RCAs there for the subwoofer, which they weren't there before. So
they go all the way back
all the way to the amp.
Split. Yeah.
Don't really know how it was set up before, but either way. Redone the whole loom, so the factory loom's there. So if you ever did want to change the radio, not that there'd be any need to, but it's now got specific ISO plugs on there for you, nice and easy.
Lovely jubbly.
And yeah, so we've done all the connections up there. We've done just connectors just for speed really. Could have soldered it, but otherwise it's all pretty solid. Radio will be going in soon, and then
very nice.
Test the whole system out.
So hopefully this stereo here, because you've adapted these brackets and modified them to fit, because this dash isn't a standard dashboard, is it?
No.
That should just fit flushly in that on the trim.
Yeah, so you'll see it probably protrude just a tiny bit from there, but someone's already done. You can see where it's been notched there for the double dim cut out slightly. So it's almost like it'll sit in there perfectly.
Amazing. And then obviously our amp. What's the story with the split cable? So you've got, is it an RCA?
Yeah, so you have the RCA. Because the subwoofer, the stereo only has a single subwoofer output. Yep. We just use the Y pieces here just to split them out, because we're using all 4 channels on the amplifier. Yep. Sometimes amplifiers would normally have a switch on there, but that one hasn't got it. So that way.
And that single amplifier will power them back there, correct?
Yeah, ultimately, yeah. You could put something a bit more powerful, but we're just trying to get it all work.
That'll do. It's about making it work, exactly. Yeah. Amazing. So next step is getting the head unit in, and then powering up the speakers at the rear to work out what's working and what's not working.
Exactly that, and then we'll work it all out, and we should all be good to go.
Amazing, love it. You have 2 cables on any car, so you normally have a power cable, an earth cable, but another power cable, which is an ignition live. When you turn that ignition off, your stereo still does have a power, and what that does, I believe, is like a memory. So if you've got radio stations programmed in there and like the date and the time, all that kind of stuff, it would store that data. But basically, when you turn the ignition on, it would send an ignition signal to the back of the stereo, therefore powering up the head unit so that it doesn't kill the battery when the vehicle's parked. Is that right?
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, so the ignition feed just basically tells it to turn on, and the permanent is what stores the memory. Yeah, but in this instance, the ignition feed is playing up. I think it might be the accessory on the actual ignition barrel that's playing up a little bit, because it was on and then it randomly drops out, so we're just going to run a new ignition feed. Okay.
So there's other items on this vehicle that are powered by the ignition, which have got also a switchable live, so we can steal them off there. Is that correct?
Yeah, so most old vehicles you have 3 positions, so you have accessory, and then you have ignition, and then you have your start position. Yep. Accessory is normally what just powers the radio. Okay. So anything else on the ignition side is working, because obviously you can turn the engine on, you can do everything else. Yeah. But it's just the accessory power that's playing up. So, perfect. But yeah, we'll do it a different way after the ignition, and everything's fixed.
Amazing. Oh, look at that! She's alive!
She is alive.
Oh, I'm excited now.
So yeah, new ignition wire, all power's on now.
It's all happening. A matey boy's in the back, he's having a lovely time.
And we got a bit of sound.
Ariel, I told you not to go in the sea. Enough of my dad jokes and on to setting up the stereo. Hopefully this works first time, but you can imagine there is a lot of detail into making sure that each speaker works independently. Yep. Side buttons are all alive.
Let's see if we got the fader right. Is that rear left? Let's see if we got the rear, if we magically got them all the right way. Left. Right.
Yep.
Ho 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 ho!
Oh. Fronts are the okay. We couldn't have got it all right.
Nearly.
Rears were right, fronts were.
Amazing. So what that means is the stereo is working perfectly, and it's actually supplying the speakers that are already in the vehicle with an output. Now it's about working out if the sub works and just double checking the rest of those speakers. So here we go. It's the final fitment, guys. What is going on? So we've got all our brackets made. We've got our loom fully made. We've got our signal wire also done. Yep. Even our cigarette lighter works. What is going on?
Yeah, everything's working.
So the microphone's just a lead that goes in the back so that I can talk on the phone, right?
Yeah, so when you're on phone calls.
Amazing.
Everyone will be able to hear you.
And being all black, it's not too modern. Like it could be an older stereo if you weren't, if you were just having a quick glance, you know?
Yeah, Alpine are sort of good at that. Their looks are always they're always the classic Alpine look.
Like that. So before we get into them finally fitting that dashboard, I want to go over the history of Alpine. From what I know, they're pretty goddamn amazing. I'm going to give you a little bit of an education. Let's do it. So we are very fortunate to have the amazing guys at Alpine support us in this episode, but I bet you don't know just how important they are to the car audio world. They are responsible for things that we take for granted every single day. Here's a list which will actually blow your mind. In 1981, they made the world's first automotive navigation system. In 1982, the world's first in-car computerized equalizer. In 1993, the world's first in-dash free CD changer and tuner. But then you'll all remember these amazing fold-out head units in the max power era of 2001. The world's first swivel in-dash monitor. But in 2004 is where they made the world change. They made the world's first component which could interact with an iPod. Alpine was one of the first in the industry to introduce an in-vehicle iPod device to allow users to control their iPod playback by using the head unit's front panel buttons or remote. Thanks to these legends, the audio systems in all our vans and cars have come so far. The amazing guys at Alpine have kindly supported us in this amazing video by giving us an amazing head unit for the Bososuku van. So a massive thanks to Alpine UK. Thanks you legends, their link is in the bio below. Let's get back to it. So there you go, Alpine were pretty goddamn special and revolutionary with the stuff they've done over the years. Once again, they're helping us move into the 21st century with this amazing bit of kit. Thank you, Alpine. Go check them out. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Whoo, look at that. Would you look at that?
It's pretty.
All of the pretties, that is. L'anglais.
English.
Français.
It's actually Japanese.
Bonjour. Konnichiwa.
Right, so that's our stereo fully installed and looking absolutely fantastic up the front there. Check that out. It's very quiet in here. Mate, it is all coming together in here. So being here at Impulse Watford has only done one thing. It's put this whacking great smile on my face. The van is next level. I'm going to take you in here to see just how amazing this sounds.
To the end, me and you, if you spend, then I spend, all on you, just say the word and we gon' run it up. You know I'm running, it's the runner up. Don't matter if your birthday's coming up, I'm still gonna get you with no gifts and it's not even that bad. I'm just gonna make you smile some gon' smell like little FaceTime, little chit chat, little time spent, little mini song. What we doing on? Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
So the Alpine stereo is absolutely amazing. I can connect my phone up, you can connect it up by USB, you can play everything through, it's amazing.
Radio.
I think the most important thing is we all need to get in the party bus. Right, in the grape van, because it's grape in colour. Let's get in the back, shut the doors, and let's whack it up. Let's go. I'm getting the camera. Okay, so we're bundling in. This is probably the most amount of men this van has ever seen.
I doubt it.
But he doubts it very much. Right, we're in. We got our neons on, lads, so we're all good.
Let's go.
Right, okay.
I actually was expecting it.
considering that system's been in there for years, probably when this was built, those subs don't sound bad at all, do they? You know?
No, they sound pretty decent.
Rockford Fosgates can never go wrong.
That's it, 15-inch. They're probably a 15. Yeah. Like, I think if we had 2 down here, I don't know what you'd do with them. To be honest with you, you know, I thought it's somewhere to put your dogs. Really.
It's a toilet seat.
Toilet seat. It does look like a toilet seat. Oh, guys, a massive thank you. Where can we find you on socials if people want to come out and check you out for all your equipment? What do you see? You do your dash cams, you do your ghost alarms, you do normal alarms, reversing cameras, reversing sensors, stereo, subs, speakers, amplifiers, everything, right?
Remote start.
Remote start.
Everything, anything to do with cars we do, anything electrical to do.
Oh, about OEM. Can you touch OEM? Is that okay?
Yeah, 100%.
Amazing.
So that's probably the most common thing we do now is fitting systems like this or smaller into factory systems. So you don't have to change the radio, you can have it all on the factory radio, not touch any of it.
That is amazing. Honestly, guys, I can't thank you enough. It's been amazing. Like, I wouldn't trust anyone else with my cars. You guys are banging. You guys are also very awesome for following me and watching all my videos. Only 74% of you are subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button. On the next episode of Make or Break, I don't know what we're doing, but I'm sure we're going to be making you smile. See you next time. Bye!
Bye!
Bye! Thanks for watching, guys, but now what you got to do is hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell icon. What the bell icon allows you to do is let you know when we release new videos every single week, including this crazy video with Snoop Dogg's Cadillac Coupe de Ville. We're also available on amazing platforms like Facebook, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and even TikTok. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Keep being amazing.
Started like a real new anthem. Shawty saw my wallet, now she think a new ransom. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No.